Wonderful people, lovers of freedom and lovers of mankind, my fellow Biafrans, happy Friday, TGIF. Thank God, say Friday we day. And don't forget, today happens to be the 10th of January 2025. And we are moving forward. According to what we are hearing, we are moving forward. But that forwardness have a little glitches attached to it. Notwithstanding, I want to categorically state this, that we the Igbos are not doing well. Please, do not wait for me to read. This is the message I come to you. The title of this message is Igbos are the people that have the highest sycophants and sabos in the whole of the world. I'm not talking about in Africa or Nigeria. You can take me anywhere and I will defend it with the last drop of my blood. Igbos have the highest sycophants, betrayers, backstabbers, and the highest sabos in the whole of the world. Why do I say so? I take my time to go through Sonia Parawa's page because I have been complaining this thing for a very long time. Some people seems like maybe I am intruding into their personal life, but it is no longer a personal life because they have already made it public before the general public. Before the general in X, which is worldwide. And I begin to count how many times that Sonia Aparawa made post different of minutes. What are the subject of these minutes? Of this all this post. Castigating of Ngozi Orabeze, castigating of Ngozi Orabeze, Mpurum mini woman, Mpurum mini that, Mpurum mini this. Why are Igbos always fight their own self? Why are we always a problem to our own self? And at the end of the day, we still be the one to cry that we are being marginalized, that we are being treated unfairly. But first of all, we first hate of ourselves. In the first place, we hate ourselves even before the enemies come, because we are the one that give them this long rope to divide and rule us. An Igbo man can never see where another Igbo man is doing well, and that Igbo man will support that another Igbo man. Listen, I'm an Igbo man, and I'm saying this thing with everything in me. You can as well argue with me at the comment section, and I'll give you instances. But the ones I will give you here is also enough to convince you, or rather not to confuse you, that we are the architect of our own problems. Nobody is doing us. I want you to listen. This Sonia Parawa, Oge Chukwunkere, and Vam, these are the people who keep on telling us that Biafra now is a full-fledged country after the redeclaration period to convention of 29 of 2024, November, before December 2nd. These same people now have come out now, made a post. This post, they made it 10 hours ago. I'll be reading it. Anyone I read, I will tell you how many hours it's been posted. For you to know that these people have nothing doing. Our people are busy dying. For them to proffer solution to that, no, it is not their concern. The only thing, their main concern is to fight one another. Let me give you some instances. In Malaysia, the people who spoiled Malaysia today, that make Malaysia to become an abomination for them to welcome Igbos, let me put it that way. Let me not say Nigerians. For them to welcome, okay, let me put it, for them to welcome Nigerians. Let me put it that way. Because as far as I am concerned, as long as we are still under the sovereignty of that contraction called Nigeria, we are still in Nigeria. Let us stop lying to ourselves. Let us stop deceiving ourselves. Somebody will come out and tell you, don't talk about Nigeria, talk about Biafra. My brother, stop lying to yourself. The reason why you see many people are boycotting my channel is because I am telling them the truth and nothing but the truth, the way it is. I am not here to paint black to white and white to black for you to love me. My dear, if you want to know the truth, if you want to hear the truth, then stand with Okute Daily Talk too. That is where the whole thing has been made open. I cannot be coming here painting blue to black, just paint wall, turn it upside down, just for you to love me, so that I will be getting a lot of views. Is that where we're going? Is that why we're going to make progress? So let me start from where I stopped. Malaysia. Who make Malaysia today? It becomes like going to heaven. Look at Malaysia of yesterday that came to beg palm front from Nigeria. For a Nigerian man now to go into Malaysia, whether you are Igbo, Hausa or Yoruba, it is like a rich man passing through the mouth of the needle. Who spoiled Malaysia? The Igbos. Fighting themselves, killing themselves, macheting themselves. I didn't say that other tribes are not there, but my brother can tell you, any country you go today, whether Europe or Asia or America or North, South, wherever, Antarctica or who, you go into any country, you find Yoruba people 100, my dear. That Yoruba people 100 times it by 1,000. That is the number of Igbos you find in that area. But can you imagine that in those areas now that have been dominated by Igbos, the minority will be the one to handle the office of Nido? It happened in Malaysia. It happened in Thailand. It happened in Cambodia. It happened in Vietnam. In Vietnam, all these countries I'm calling to you, I have lived there and I know exactly what I'm telling you. In Vietnam, an Igbo man will do business with a fellow Igbo man. Instead of them to share the way they agreed, they prefer to bust everything, fight on the street, and even carry themselves and go and report to the police that they do business of banner. And at the end of the day, Vietnam used to see Nigerians, or rather the Igbos, because we are the most populated people there then, as black Americans. Not when they begin to cast themselves, and even that them, they go to tell Vietnam police that we are not Americans, so we are from Igbos from Nigeria. Now the Vietnam that they can even enter with a visa of $100 or highest $25, $30. It is now have skyrocketed. Even for you to get Vietnam visa now, it's like going to heaven. Who caused it? And Igbos. The majority of the Igbos are over 500,000 in Vietnam. But who is the Nido president there? Or Nido chairman, rather? A Yoruba man. The minority. Go to Cambodia. The Cambodia, as of 2009, 2010, is a free visa. When you're entering there, people, the immigration at the airport will even be begging you for just ordinary $5 or $10. Just for coffee. Not for anything, not as a bribe. Just from voluntarily. An Igbo man assumed office. A Delta man was there. Let's say, okay, a Delta who never believed to be an Igbo was there for how many years? He didn't spoil anything. Igbo man entered office as a leader president in Cambodia. It turned to become a business empire for them. And in the women precisely, what did the guy do? The guy went and rehearsed with immigration, let them open their eyes to make them know that our people are eager for travel, that they should be sanctioned to be paying $1,500 at the port of entry. And that is standing today, as it stands today, according to the people who have been going there and off. Before you will cover $4,500 at port of entry. Unofficial. Who caused it? An Igbo man. Laos cannot give you visa. Laos that don't even up to one section of the southeast, one state in the southeast. Bush everywhere have gone there. Who caused it? Igbo people. Why do I making all these references? To tell you that nobody is doing us, we are the architect of our own problem. We are travelers fine and good. But in most of the countries that have been rejected, the blacks today, or rather the Nigerians today, who spoiled those countries, my brother, 99% and a half, in fact, 99.99999% of the people that spoil it are we the Igbos, where we are fighting one another. I visited Sonai Parawa. Why can't you people dedicate this power, this energy in fighting the real enemies? Okay, you have claimed you have a government. They're fine and good. Let whoever that running the government of USB be, and you too do your own. At the end of the day, we are fighting for one cause, just the liberation of the people of the Southeast, which is the old Eastern region, the Biafrans. But rather, no, they dedicate all these powers, fighting their own self, showing the whole world how stupid we are, how uncoordinated we are, how we cannot even manage our own self. Rather, okay, how then common ordinary small government will never get in the country, everyone is fighting. Then what happens when the Biafra finally got what they are looking for? That means we are going to even kill 60 or 50% of the Biafrans because of greediness. Let me read what Sani Akparawa put. They posted this message 10 hours ago, and there's a voice clip in it. I will play the voice. It said, Solomon Ngozi, Secretary of Defense. The guy named Secretary of Defense is Solomon. Then they can't add Ngozi Putam in a bid to cajole and make caricature of Ngozi Orabeze. He said, Solomon Ngozi, Secretary of Defense, is in exile, shouting, "We are now a full country." Why is in exile? Make on listen to what Sani Akparawa talk. After the voice you will hear is the voice of the Solomon, who is the Secretary of Defense. Then after that, then Sani Akparawa do a kind of summarize it. And it is kind of a zoom. There was a woman there, there's Vam, and also there's so-called Ogenkere, a.k.a. Isaiah Anyog Harrison. Please listen to it. We have more to discuss. If you want to hear the truth, stick with Okuda Daily Talk. If you want to only hear lies, who keep on giving you hope where there's no hope, my dear, you can visit other channel. As simple as that. Nobody is monopoly of the camping.
We're a country now. So we have to start acting like one. We have to be responsible to our people. We have to. And now, claiming the analogy of we are now a full country now.
This is the voice of Sunday Akparawa. In case of anybody who is saying, is that the voice of Sani Akparawa? It's the voice of Sunday Akparawa. Listen and listen attentively.
Whether he is talking from his full country that he is, or whether he is talking from exile. He's talking from exile. He's not talking from his full country that he is now. He has not gotten global recognition from any country. He is not part of the United Nations. He is not part of the human rights bodies. He is not part. Oh my God. You have not fully liberated Biafra land. Yes. The zoo terrorists are still in the street of Biafra. Yesterday, Tinubu visited Enugu and you say you are a full country. Are you the one that gave Tinubu the permission to visit Enugu as a full country? Are you the one that gave Tinubu the permission to walk around all Enugu state as a full country? Who is your president that gave Enugu the permission to allow Tinubu to enter Enugu yesterday? Are you the one that signed the document as a full country? Or is it your deputy deputy prime minister that signed the document for Tinubu to come in as a full country into Enugu yesterday? Biafran people, the zoo terrorist army has...
Do you hear what he said? I can bet you that this guy called Sani Akparawa, even if he is eating, he is calling Ngozi Orabeze. Now Ngozi have turned to Ngozi Mkpurummiri. But before we proceed, let us just see some comments at this post. You will find out that our so-called followers, gullible Igbos, are still supporting them in this regard. Listen, I didn't say you shouldn't beef anybody. I didn't say you can even have as many factions as you want. There's no problem. How many Yorubas have ever come out now to create faction to counter Sunday Igboho and tell him that he is doing rubbish? Not that they don't have. They have internal issues. But did they bring it to the general public? The answer is zero. What happened to the Igbos? And how the mighty has fallen? IK Biafra said, Biafrans, it is time to start asking uncomfortable questions about Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Don't be deceived that he is coming out soon or still answering questions. If he is in jail, they should tell us. If he is in jail, if he isn't in jail, why he never saw from 19/11/2024 till today? These are the questions that are asked. But when you ask, some people will come and tell you, do not call Ngozi Orabeze, do not call Ogechukwu. Then who are you going to call? Okay, you can call Okute, who is not dragging any power with anybody. Joseph Safety Gate said, hungry people can never be freedom fighters. You guys dress awkward. Ogechukwu Ibenwanku said, you said you have an acting prime minister. Now, why are you worried about USB activities? That is the problem. You said you have an acting prime minister. Then why can't you proceed with the work you are doing? You have the military under your foot. You have whatever, the finance, which is Ogechukwu Kere, who is a finance minister, under your foot. Then why can't they concentrate and do the work that they have, they have forcefully taken off? from anybody that they are the one that is acting prime minister, this one is a deputy acting prime minister. In fact, my brothers, what is really happening and what is wrong with the Igbos? According to this one, he said, Bufo Biafra said, at Akbarawa Sone, you guys sound like Nigerian gutter media against Biafra. It's like watching Ruben Abati on Arise TV. So the sovereignty declaration in Finland means nothing to you. Now they follow declare it. You a sovereignty land can still be under occupation. E.g., U.S. occupied Iraq 2003 to 2011 at Rafale Aja Ere. BMC Investment said, leave that woman. She is as stupid as those who are following and listening to her. None of them has common sense. These are the Igbos commenting. Chijoke Chukwuka said, now you know, those true freedom fighters, these fools are planning to take us back to Egypt. Please, someone should help me tell them I will be there. Last convict to go back with them. Remind them, PM said, the legitimization of Zoo Army will gradually start in Biafra territory. Get the point? So, this is where we are going to end taking these comments. Let us jump to another post. I can tell you how many posts this guy posted with the space of some hours. This one now is 10 hours ago. He posted this one. He said, Ngozi told all of you that Biafra Defense Forces at their defense headquarters, BLF, unveiled in Helsinki by Prime Minister Simon Ekpa on the mandate of the Biafra people are criminals, saboteurs, kidnappers, and online commanders. Yet, they were not all these since Prime Minister was there. You all clapped for Ngozi. Make you see. I said, you all clap for Ngozi. Why she is saying it? Now, why Fulani terrorists take you off in your sleep? You can't see Ngozi speaks for you. The same Biafra Defense Forces are the ones going into actions to make sure your deaths are revenged. The fundraising you donate to Ngozi with Defense Forces are working with her. This is Owerri. Continue to allow Ngozi and Solomon Nkwocha to sabotage your strengths while Fulani terrorists takes advantage of your communities. At Alex Tubes, at TP Cancela, at Soyman Police, and as Ray Donald Trump. This is the massacre and genocide of ongoing in Biafra land, which as Simon Ekpa is fighting against. Keep him in detention. Interrogation is a free way for the Islamic jihadist terrorists to prevail with all the detractors planted inside the Biafra government. We are not going to take any comments here because a lot of messages need to be read. Let us proceed. You see it? No any post. 10 hours, 2 times gone down, right? Let us proceed. According to another one we saw here is let's see. 9 hours ago. This is the next assignment given to those idiots just to make sure they sabotage the Biafra Defense Forces. Defense Forces BLF. It said, because you, Ngozi, don't have access to the Biafra army. Now she has instructed his foolish media groups to start a new blackmail to the Biafran army. As Biafrans, as Biafrans are being slaughtered in the homeland. This idiot here is not moved, rather enjoying media propaganda and blackmail. How many times? He has posted 10 hours 2 times, 9 hours 2 times. All in the name of just to spoil the name of another Biafran, whom 2 of you are fighting the same cause. Mind your business, let her mind her business, and fight for the liberation of our people, or rather, to save our people from this massacre. No, they will not do that. The only thing they know they are good in doing is just to gaslight Biafrans and to blackmail one another. While none of them is even making any authentic effort to give the Biafrans, they knew they need to, they had desires of the whereabouts of Simon Ekpa, whether in jail or aren't in jail. The other day, Ngozi came out and told us that he had been restricted. Okay, the restriction on him have been lifted. Then what is happening today? On that regard again, let us see another news being posted by the same Sonny Akbarawa over this matter. This one is being posted 7 hours ago. Ngozi leaking BG private videos for blackmailing and intimidation a sign of treason to the Biafra government. Ngozi again, Abi. They don't have any other work doing. They don't want to defend the territory of the Biafrans. Rather, what they are good is just to blackmail one another. And you tell me they are in government. Another one, people said 7 hours ago again. Ngozi leaking BG private videos for blackmail and intimidation, a sign of treason to the Biafra government. Everything is about Ngozi. When the 7 Ngozi posts are on, everything is about the Asabo. None of them is even making any concrete arrangement on how to, on how to curtail the killings of our people. Still on the same Igbo matter, make una see how Igbos are being used against their own fellow Igbos. And I'm very sure that these two factions, one, have been bribed or bought over by Nigerian government to cause all this confusion. Make una listen to Wetin Sawore talk at VOP 90.3 FM, I think interview yesterday. And after that, they will round up this show. But just know it, my dear, nobody is doing us. We are the architect of our own problem. Let us listen to Sawore.
There was a time the Oba of Lagos said if people don't vote for Igbos who don't vote for them, we're driven into Lagoon. Somebody else just wanted to say, you see them on Twitter, they have handles that are dedicated to, attacking other ethnicities.
So you think they're unapologetic about this?
They're not. And those handles have been linked to the Lagos state government people.
But you're a Yoruba man. Why are you saying this about your people?
I don't know why people just say that, because being a Yoruba person doesn't take my humanity away. But you must understand that this is not just about landmark. There's an Igbo problem in Nigeria. That's why they're holding Nnamdi Kanu.
What's your take on
for asking for
Biafra?
And then we are rehabilitating Boko Haram commanders. He said 120,000 of them have surrendered with foreign currency in their hand. And you have rehabilitated them. But one guy who says, we want justice, we don't want to stay in Nigeria, you are holding him perpetually, using the judiciary or judicial, subterfuge to keep the trial. Everybody who knows what they are doing understand that it's not a judicial matter.
So Nnamdi is essentially a political prisoner.
He's a political hostage. Well, I call him not a political because he may not. Whomever is in power, except me, will keep him in jail.
So, do you think that Igbos generally are endangered species in Nigeria? Going back what you just
narrated. The truth, that's the truth. Nigeria did not forgive Igbos since the end of the Civil War.
What did they do?
Because they challenged the real estate of the British called Nigeria. So, and they didn't forgive them since then. So everything that's been done after that, we know this is the unspoken truth about the country called Nigeria, that they did not forgive Igbos for the Civil War.
The Igbos were the victims and they have forgiven the victims. So why is it difficult for the victors?
You are preaching to the choir.
And because he had mentioned was that in an interview he had mentioned that the Igbos will never be president of Nigeria. That is a perpetual narration to keep the Igbos where they are.
Yes, so it's not about to win the presidency. If they find an Igbo man that is malleable, that can work in their interest, they can make him president if he doesn't have any power. You can be a president of Nigeria and not have the powers of the president. When they wanted to destroy the landmark, who was the minister in charge? It's not an Igbo man.
And Moka is Igbo speaking, also fighting.
It's easier for them to use an Igbo man to carry out. If it was done by a Yoruba man, the uproar would have been worse. But you find an Igbo minister of works to help you demolish Igbo businessmen. It's can't you see them? So it's easier that way. It's manipulation. It's how Nigeria manipulate people. But I'm not saying that if he was a Yoruba minister, he cannot demolish. They will do it too. It's easy. Anybody could have done it as long as there's an agreement. Because beyond just ethnicity, there's also an elite conspiracy against Nigerian people. So an average poor person is endangered. But you are likely more endangered if you have committed a generational crime against the Nigerian real estate.
By being an Igbo man.
Of course, that's the truth.
The inability of the previous government, Buhari, Jonathan, to remove fuel subsidy, and the ability of this current government, the president, to remove that subsidy, doesn't it show some kind of political will to do right?
It's not the political. It's not political will.
When others fear to trade,
No, it's not political will. See, why people like Tinubu are dangerous is that they have been in this game for a long time. And I said they are very dangerous people because they have been involved in everything. They were in the opposition. They have been in government before. So they understand the weakness of Nigerian people. That was why the day he removed subsidy was when nobody was watching. The day everybody was watching but not paying attention, which was the day of his inauguration. And I won't be surprised that him falling on that day was programmed to distract attention. They created content for people. Oh, Tinubu just fell on Yakata. But he did the worst thing that could happen to the economy of the people.
Was it only content? Because fuel immediately jumped from...
No, I'm not saying that. A lot of people paid more attention to the fact that he fell.
But the president have stated it several times that one of the reasons why he would ensure he works for the generality of the good of the people, it's because he fought the military, he risked his life, and he fought for this democracy we're enjoying. So what is that?
You're saying that they didn't fight the military because they have the same characteristics. In fact, what they are doing is worse than what the military is doing.
What are those things?
Yes. This idea of jailing children after protest, jailing people for speaking against government officials. This is what the Decree 2 and Decree 4 people were doing.
So are you saying that the president administration is worse than the military?
It is worse than the military. The military did not even jail children during their own time.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
They did charge children for trees.
Okay, before we travel far from the failed subsidy something, one last question. I want us to play some kind of role reversal. If you were the president, assuming you won the election, what would you have done differently regarding the failed subsidy issue?
So, what I would have done differently is, first, I'm aware of the people who are stealing fuel subsidy money. I know them. I know everybody that's involved. And do you know how I know? I covered fuel subsidy, fuel matters like nobody else under Sahara reporters. I've seen all of them till today. So, I would have clamped down on them immediately.
So let us not go far about whatever they call it, they call fuel subsidy or what shenanigans they are into. But you can clearly hear what Sowore said. Igbo are being used against the Igbos. When Felix Moka is from Delta State, and Igbo speaking side for that matter, because if Bayo Onanuga would have been the person who said Obi have crossed the line, maybe by now, I don't know what would have happened. But to be on the safer side, not for Bayo Onanuga to be in the news again after all the rigmarole during the election. Now they use an Igbo man to attack an Igbo man. An Igbo minister, they demolished an Igbo business millions of dollars in Lagos State. So use your tongue to count your teeth. I will not say more, but let us just keep it here. Keep your head up as we move into the real deal. Please like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos.